Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Ferris Makes Emulators. Unfortunately, just the way things have gone, I actually haven't done one of these streams in a little while. It's been about a month, which I'm really sorry about. That was not my intention at all. However, it just seems that that's how it went. Anyway, because of that, I'm going to need a little bit of catching up on what exactly it was I was working on and where exactly in that process I was. So if I recall correctly, we're still working on serialization and deserialization. In particular, I believe we got most of serialization working, at least in the Rust parts of the code. I don't think we've done anything, maybe a tiny bit of stuff just looking at my Git status here. We started looking into actually presenting this data to Libretro, because I think the idea is that I wanted to save out a save state. And I definitely remember working on the format here so we get this compressed. And serialized a lot smaller. And I think the next thing that I was thinking was to be able to expose this to Libretro so that we could actually have this save stuff out so we could kind of get the whole pipeline to disk before we start working on loading it again. Daniel Collins said, yeah, I did some compression stuff on it. And when you saw the API and was really annoyed, yes, that's definitely what happened. That I recall, now that you mention it. Yeah, I was even here looking at this. Quirk flags. Hold on, let me adjust some things here. Yeah, if I recall... Okay, but not both. Yeah, we have to do an environment callback with these set serialization quirks. And I guess we give it a uint64t pointer. And we set all these flags that we care about. And then it's going to clear ones that it doesn't support, which is just super weird anyway. But yeah, that was exactly what we were thinking, is that we need to do a quirk for variable size here, which is going to be really important because of the compression stuff. Otherwise, we end up with really big save states, which I guess could be smaller in a binary format, but still. Actually, they're going to be variable because of the ROM anyway, unless we always save the ROM as 16 megs, but that's not always the case. So that's annoying. Okay. Anyway, I don't think we need that quirk or this quirk. We definitely want variable size. In fact, I wonder if we can actually disable serialization if we don't get these quirks satisfied, which wouldn't be the worst move here. We want to set this, and then, yeah, this is set by the front end to acknowledge that it supports variable size states. So I guess we set this and make sure that this comes back. Not entirely sure how that's going to work. So we'll probably just have to try this stuff and print out what we get. So let's see. I think in our Libretro code here, wherever this ended up here, I think it was the environment command. We probably have the quirk thing here already, because I think this was an exhaustive list. Yeah, here. Environment callback. Yeah, and it's a mute C void, so we'll just give a pointer to a U64. Yeah, we can just do this the way I have this done. Okay. So I think we need to set this, because it mentioned here, yeah, should be set in either retro inner or retro load game, but not both. So we can just do it wherever we were doing all this other stuff. That's the right lib. Here, I think. Yeah, so in load game, this is where we were doing the set pixel format. So we want to do that here as well. We get the actual pixel format here, so let's do it after that. Load the ROM, and here we return stuff. We can do it here. I think, where was our environment thing? I don't remember. This is on the context callbacks. That's where it was. Yeah, because we have the global callbacks objects, which is why this is unsafe. But that's how this API works. So let's do that. I may not, like, all these wrappers here, I might just move those out because it really is just getting the environment and doing some stuff on it. Like set pixel format, for example, is just setting this particular command. So I don't know if we really need to wrap it like this. I'll definitely do some massaging when we're all done with the Libretro implementation. By the way, how do you guys in the chat? Desu Use, Pyro ESP, G Superlin, Dark Second, Dano Collin, Chief Sector, Lila SK. Good to see you all again. Also, G Superlin said running on 5.5 hours of sleep because Nova prep in a hotel room yesterday. Hey, Drew, too. That's crazy, man. I'm starting to feel the pressure myself, but for very different reasons. But I'm super stoked for the party. Which reminds me, I'll say this at the end of the stream too, but in case I forget, I'm not streaming next Thursday or next Sunday. However, I'm definitely streaming this Sunday. I'll be joined with Boise of Conspiracy to talk about their 64Ks, which is going to be awesome. So you guys definitely want to catch that. Anyway. So we want environment command set serialization quirks. And then the other one is just going to be a uint64t thing here. So let's do this. I'm not really sure what we want. I'm actually going to set it as 0 for now because I want to see what we get as a return value here. Because I think what we can do is this. We reference this, mutable reference, and then as a mutable pointer to that. And I think we actually do this twice to do all the casts. And that one's a U32. What are we doing here for these? We don't cast those, do we? Oh, we do actually cast those. That's silly. That I'll revisit. So we did that, and then this should actually have been changed now. So I'm going to do this. Lots of stars. That should be 16, right? For EU64. Like that. Does that work when you do 16? Should do. Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear you're under the weather, Jared, too. And users, Ferris, downloads, RetroArch. I don't remember the command line arguments for this. Help. Yeah, we wanted big L because this is going to be the core we're using. And we need a ROM file as well. I just don't remember how to do this. Or did it say here? File is at the end. Okay, so let's do that. L, target, release, DLL, and then bound high. Really? Oh, I think I have a 64-bit build. And I need to update. Doesn't really matter which one we use here. There we go. Nice. So I wanted to look at this. It gave me nothing. I don't know if that's good or bad. I thought, what I was hoping, is that when we make that call, we're going to get this front variable size here. We didn't seem to get anything. Let's set this one. Let's see if that gives us anything else. Oh, that's awesome, Daniel Colin. I didn't realize. I'm really excited to play with those in Rust. I've been having an itch to play around with an additive synth recently. And I actually have all of August off from work, so I'm just gonna pile on some projects I'm gonna work on during that time. I don't want to talk about why I have all of August off yet, but you guys will know soon enough. They should be very similar to C. But I just want to play with them in Rust anyway. I work June and July still. But I have some vacation during that. But anyway, my point was, I'm looking forward to maybe playing with some additive synth stuff in Rust. That'd be really sick. On stable Rust especially, but nightly wouldn't be too bad either. Anyway, getting ahead of myself here. Where was this? I'm bad at this right now. Yeah, so it was here. I want to set this, if I understand this correctly. Okay, so interestingly enough, that was 4, right? Just one shift left, 2. Yeah, so at least it didn't clear that. Maybe I want to do both. Thing is, I don't really know how this is supposed to work. So it didn't clear any of them. Yeah, it's 5 weeks here in Norway. Sometimes more or less, depending on your negotiation skills. But I usually don't take all the summer off. I usually save up my vacation, take it at the end of the year, and go see my family and stuff. But due to the way certain things are working out, I'm going to have a bunch of time off in August instead. Anyway, it seemed to be okay with this. So I'm not really sure. I'm going to take this as it supports variable size save states, and I'm just going to see what happens. So Soccer says Ferris gets fired. That's so funny. No, I actually won't be going to evoke this here. My plans solidified a little too late, so I didn't look into that. Oh, hey, Wobble. Yeah, I'm just going to assume this works and see what else we can do with this API. So, let's see. So we have retro serialize. We'll look at that. Between calls to retro load game and retro unload game, the return size is never allowed to be larger than previous return values. That still sucks, but I think the dynamic size allows us to ignore that. I could be wrong, but we're going to see. Yeah, Mr. Liquid, I'm going to have way too much fun with that, I think. That'll be a productive stream, let me tell you. Okay, so I think I already have some of these functions implemented just because the front end was always calling them anyway. Maybe not. Oh, yes, you already have them here. But size is returning 0, so I don't think these ones are called. Thing is, the only way that I know to actually get the size is to actually serialize and check the size. So I'm going to do that. I'm not even going to cache it. Be lazy. So it should just be a matter of a couple things here. I'm going to dereference the context, just looking at the code I have above. And I'll just refer to this, or defer to that. I get serialized size is how I want that to look. And then we'll do this. Wait, what? The hell does that mean? I hope that's something unrelated. I'll pretend I didn't see that. We'll do it below here. I don't think these need to be public, actually. I don't think this needs to be mutable. And what was the return here? Size T. That's fine. I might make that a U size later, but we'll see. Now I just want to make sure Libretro here is including the right library, and it's not. So we want Rustule Boy serialization. Let's do that because I like that better. Something like that. And then we'll need this as well. And this should be, let's see, what was this? In serialization. We need to call get state and then serialize on that. And we'll get one of these things. Because what is, well, first what we'll do is get the size. So let's see. I think we need to import some stuff here. Do that. Yeah, the system here. So we're doing this. Try that. System. And again, this was the type of the system here. This guy, so it's just system.virtualboy. That's what we want here. Scrolling around starting to get annoying. And this should just be a not mutable reference. So this should work. So this will be ref system here also. So we don't need that to be mutable. And then we're going to give that to serialize. And here we can do like that. And we're going to get OK of data. In which case we're just going to return data.length as that type. Otherwise, we're going to get the error. And here we want to just return 0, but we want to, for now, print this. Ruh-roh. Proper logging eventually, but we'll get to there. We'll get to that later. Here I want to do very sad. Not kisses, very sad. Yes, Mr. Liquid, the Stream with Conspiracy is this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. That's on the normal time slot on Sunday. That's gonna be really cool. Okay, so actually, oh, hey, I know what I did wrong. I was just being an idiot. Of course I don't need to specify the types here. That's dumb. Yeah, we haven't done this yet, actually, so we'll do what we had before. That's fine. Panic implementation is now stable. That might be interesting. Did some annoying stuff in relation to that previously. For our 64K stuff. Here's what I want to do here. Save state. Save state. Bang! Alright, so this is kind of cool. We got the state size, which means it worked. And then panicked and not yet implemented. That's kind of cool. I want to do something really quick here. I want to go back up to this and just always return 0. That's the wrong one. I did it here. Just see what happens. Save state. Core does not support save state, so that's how we get that, which is kind of cool. That's how it knows, and I bet we can do it again. We get the same thing. That's kind of cool. In fact, I'm going to do this. What happens if we try to load? It just says it doesn't support that. That might suck now that I think about it. That might mean that it calls the size before tries to do other stuff. We'll see. So let's get serialized size, and then we'll do function serialize. I don't remember what this is supposed to do. Returns a bool. If failed or size is lower than serialized size, it should return false, true otherwise. Okay. Anyway, we want it to have the data and the size, and then return a Boolean. So let's just say we always do false. But actually, this is what we want to do. We want to make sure the data is the size, and then we'll do actually copy it and do that. Otherwise, false. If I'm understanding all of this correctly, separate these a bit. Here. What are my memory copy options in Rust in the standard library? I don't remember. I think you have std pointer and copy. Copy and copy non-overlapping. Now, I actually know that copy non-overlapping is what we want here. So we should be able to just get the data and cast it to what we need to here. So because we already know the length is what we need anyway. So let's do that then. stdptr. We already have that in scope here. It's going to be unsafe, but that's fine. And the source is going to be data. And so we need to do a reference to that. Actually, let's rust back. I think we need to do as pointer or something. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want this data dot as pointer. That's our source, and the destination is going to be data. And we might need to cast that type, which I think we do. Like that. And then the size is going to be size. Oh, whoops, we shadowed this. So this will be serialized bytes. Just to make those match. Get rid of that error here. Because why not? Yeah, and this needs to be unsafe. Good call, Chief Detector. So that's good. I mean, that should work. Check that out. It just saved a state. That was kind of weird. Oh, probably because it's serialized to something, to a slightly different state here. That's kind of funny. Hey, Moo, double zero. Yeah, I thought about making that a slice too, but I feel like this is good enough in this case. It's gonna be unsafe to make the slice anyway, and at least this is pretty semantically exactly what I wanted. But yeah, good to know the other options. Also, I want to look at this file here for funsies, even though I don't expect it to be that exciting. It's actually really cool if that worked to save this, because then at least we have saving ready. We may want to remove the compression and some other stuff just to have like a maximum size if this becomes an issue. I don't know what that's going to be like, so we'll have to see. Anyway, there's our state, about 500K, which I believe was the size when we finished last time. I mean, there's some binary. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So let's actually see here. What was this called? Unserialize. Stupid name. And I think this has the same signature. Yeah, it does. So just a constant void pointer here. Or a constant void pointer versus void pointer. And then the size. So we can do the same thing here. Hey, Okama. Data, which is going to be a const c void pointer. And then the size t. This also is a Boolean. Now I'm just going to do this at first to see what happens. And then we're going to go ahead and call that here. Unserialize, dumbest name. At least call it deserialize. Anyway. I just want to see what this does. Now, I don't think we have to save the state now, because we should still have that auto state. And it said it loaded it. Oh, it actually says failed to load state. That makes sense, because we returned false. Even though it says it loaded it. It actually failed. I want to try something here. I want to just see if we return true. What happens? It's funny that it saved the state here too. What's it doing there? Anyway, it's good that we didn't get an error message this time, because it seems to be how we let that know whether it worked or not. So what we can do here, at least at first, is we can just try to deserialize this. Now, I think here we actually do want to make a slice due to how I made the API here. Yeah, the input is a slice here. So we want to do that. I think it was slice from raw parts is what it's called. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we already have this here. Because we might already be doing that. Yeah, we actually are here with the frame buffer data. Anyway, here, we're going to do this. We don't need the mutable one. And I think that's just unsafe. It doesn't give us I'm going to do this. See how much we actually need to do in unsafe code. Yeah, that's a good call. Move away. That. So that'll be the right type at least. And then here, we're going to deserialize. So either have OK as deserialize state. We're going to return true. Apply state. Otherwise, same crap here. That's good, right? Okay, I think that actually worked. Because it didn't say it didn't work. Just to be sure, I'm going to do this. Oh, let's do this here. Lots of stars. Yes. Let's do it off screen here. Load state. Good. That's a good sign. Okay, so now we need to apply it. And here I haven't implemented this. So you apply the state to a virtual boy. You know, I actually wonder if it's better to create a new virtual boy instead of applying the state to an existing virtual boy object. Because in this case, like whenever I do a reset, I create a new virtual boy object. In this case, we're setting basically all the state. Like, we should just be able to create the Virtual Boy structure here. Maybe we're not, though. I mean, I know why I did this, because they don't always match up. I feel like that might be nicer. Because what I'm going to do here anyway is I'm probably going to make a new Virtual Boy object and then do that. So what does load game do here? It makes a new system. The ROM and new save RAM. And the system new makes a new Virtual Boy with that ROM and SRAM. Is that the only constructor I have public for that? I don't think so. I would doubt that. It is, but all this is public anyway. So I could just make one of these. And interconnect. I should also be able to just do that. I kind of want default values for some of this stuff. Maybe I implement default for some of this stuff. I'm not entirely sure how I want this to fit together. And also I haven't So the annoying thing that's going to be, the thing that's going to be annoying here is that this function here, this get state, which extracts the state from an existing Virtual Boy object, basically went through all the fields and stuffed them on different objects. We basically have to do the inverse of this, which is going to be annoying, but at least it'll be straightforward. And it won't work until we've actually done that. But it looks like I can't make a Virtual Boy without that other stuff. And the thing is that I feel like, because I think this core is actually, you can run it without a ROM. That's not a full command, but sometimes this shell gets so stupid. I think this actually works without a game specified. This core. Or without a ROM. That's what is ideal in this case, at least. Oh, just failed to load content. This core requires a content file. Okay, so it actually is always the case that we're going to have a valid Virtual Boy object to apply the state to. So maybe I just get lazy here and just have apply have this signature still. I mean, why not, right? So in that case, let's go back to serialize. And this actually needs a mute self. Then here, whoops. We actually don't really need... I want to print this error, though. That's what I want. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Here, it's going to be... We just apply the state to the Virtual Boy. So it's going to be ref mute system. And then deserialize state. And we assume that this application is going to be valid because otherwise it wouldn't have deserialized correctly. That's where we want to catch that error. So that's what we want. That's supposed to be AO. I got a P in there, but it's okay. That'll at least tell me that everything's hooked up. And then we can just start doing the annoying stuff. That actually is another thing we might want to look into is having the core support being ran without a game or without a ROM. Yeah, according to this, it worked. Even though it didn't actually apply the state. Let's do something else really quick, by the way, while I'm testing this. I actually want to get into a more interesting state in the emulator before we save that. I'm just going to get... No. Do not want to do that. I don't know how to get back now. Let's just keep going. And we'll do this. We'll save a state here. Good. Now we got our state. And then next time we do load state, it should load that. Yeah, I don't want to dive into this now. Even though I just have to do this at one point. I think there's some state in here. We cover all the state in here, don't we? Like including the... Yeah, like the gamepad and the COM port and everything is on here. So there's going to be like nothing here. Into the same file. So I'm going to pull this down here. You know what I'm actually going to do? Just to test this. And as a starting point, I just want to try replacing the RAM and see what happens. Like the RAM and the VRAM. And I bet weird stuff happens, but it's probably going to be cool. Probably crashes. How fun is this going to be? And then I think I'm going to go for today. Forgot to mention it wasn't going to be that long of a stream today, but how it's been lately, and that's fine. So let's do the WRAM. I'm not entirely sure how we want to apply this now. I can probably just make a new one of these. Yeah. We can do this. And then here we'll have a something like that. And we want to clone this. Isn't there a 2vec thing on a slice now? Yes, there is. So we can actually do like that. That'll do. Then we can do the same stuff here. In fact, we need to do this. not work? Should work. Oh no, there's box slice here. Okay, screw that. Actually, we'll do it this way. Just have some code dupe here. That's fine. And then way to be alphabetical, idiot me. Mary Siniak, thank you so much for subbing, by the way. Really appreciate that. Always means a ton when you guys do that. State does not have. Oh, it's probably the state that interconnect. And we need a slice here, don't we? I just want to see what happens. And then on the next stream, we'll just hammer this stuff out now that everything seems to be in place. And then hopefully this is fine with it giving different sizes of stuff. We'll just have to try it and find out. Ha! It broke. Look at that. How cool is that, you guys? Got into the game when I pushed start. So this will actually work, it looks like. So it did deserialize correct RAM, obviously, because this worked. That's so cool. That's a great first test here. Oh, that's awesome. All right, I think I'm going to go, and then next time we'll start hammering out the rest of the state. But this was definitely a success, so we made good progress. Anyways, thanks guys for hanging out, and I'm going to see you next time.